I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work and are backed by science. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. We use only top-of-the-line formulations dosed for maximum results and the best flavoring systems available. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
You're funny.
Like I said, do you like my tail? Like I said.
We are back once again with another edition of Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo, joined as always by Lee Priest. And
Hello.
Lee, good day. Good day, mate.
Every time I look at the screen here, I think I got something green sitting here on my desk, but it's your shelf with the species stuff sitting over there. I keep thinking, what have I got green here? I'm like, I can't tell, but it's where my view is. Then beneath it looks like it's part of my picture. I'm like, what the hell have I got here that's green?
Well, by the way, your Jumbo Palumbo cookies have been shipped out to you, so you should have them probably in about 4 or 6 weeks. No, I don't know. How long does it take for you guys to get Australian stuff? Like a week or something?
Normally a week, but when the virus was going on, the postage was a bit slower and stuff like that. But I haven't. Normally about a week, but then customs might keep them and eat them themselves. So
that's true. It is possible. So your cookies are on their way. I wanted to let you know.
I get my stuff from England pretty quick by UPS, but I did get a message the other day from customs saying they're holding up. They want a commercial invoice for the energy drinks they sent me. I said, why do I need a commercial invoice for? You know what they are. It says what they are.
Yeah.
Customs.
Yeah, your Australian customs is a pain in the neck. I think the British customs may be worse though, because they put a tariff on everything you send over to the UK. It's a lot of money. Those guys have to pay like 20-25% on top of whatever it costs them to buy the stuff.
Yeah, so if you do send a gift to anyone over there where you got to put in the money amount, just put in $10, $20.
Yeah, but you know what though? When I ship stuff like my own products over there to England, I can't do that because I don't want to lose my ability to send stuff to the UK. It's different if you're sending a one-time little gift, but I'm talking about when you're shipping product to England. Those people over there, they know they're going to pay a tariff on everything, and that's why we had the Boston Tea Party. Right back in the day during it was the Boston Tea Party. But it was because we basically were protesting the tax on tea.
It was kind of like a riot.
Stop talking about riots.
No riot. I'm not allowed to talk about riots with Lee Priest.
No, well, I've got to commend America on the riots because your riots have cleared up coronavirus. So well done.
Yeah, they're all done. Yeah, you're right. No one's talking about coronavirus anymore.
No more coronavirus, but it'll be interesting to see now because there are so many people so tight together.
Yeah.
If we go by what they said, coronavirus and how it does spread and stuff, in 2 weeks' time there should be spikes everywhere, according to the WHO organization.
This is a good, you're right. This was almost like a good experiment in a sense. Like if there's no spike in coronavirus, then obviously maybe we don't have anything to worry about. It was like I watched this show that I don't know if you've ever seen on H. I don't know what channel it's on. It's called The 100. Have you ever seen that show on TV?
Oh, yeah, I think it's on Netflix, isn't it? It's like a series, isn't it?
Yeah.
About people that
They basically were stuck in space for 100 years or something like that because there was a nuclear war, and they had a test to see if everything was livable down on the Earth because they were running out of oxygen up there. So they send 100 kids down there that were in kind of prison up there, and they said if they live, then we know everything's clear. So that's kind of the way it's going to go here.
Well, it will be because, like I said, the way they said before, with all this social distancing is going to be the word of the future because I keep hearing it still today. Right. Our gyms open up on the 13th of June. I think you're only allowed 10 people a class, and you got to keep But with all the protesting in America right now and the riots, and everyone's so close, this would be a good thing to see if there is such a thing as. Well, there is coronavirus, but if it spreads the way they said it spreads, there should be.
Right, or if it's still as bad as it was, say, 2 months ago. That's what we've got to find out. But I don't want to talk about the riots because I talked about that on After Hours, but what I do want to talk about, we were talking about eating cookies and stuff like that. There's a guy in Afghanistan, Lee, and I got to get your opinion on this. This guy, let's run the clip first, and then you can comment.
Only one guy in Afghanistan, Dave? There's only one guy?
No, well, this one guy in Afghanistan eats rocks. He likes to eat rocks. He doesn't eat protein bars. He eats actual rocks. And let's watch this clip for a second.
He once Tyler gets it right.
Yeah.
There's no sound. You can toggle.
Now,
turn off Pornhub, Tyler. Click on guy eating.
This guy's eating rocks. Now,
Tyler, look, you got to help him. He's fucking dyslexic. Guy eating rocks, not cocks.
No, rocks. Right. Okay. He's been doing this for 15 years. This guy's been eating rocks every day. He has a need to eat rocks.
Well,
have you ever eaten rocks?
Talking about the other word, there's someone I know by the name of Steve who's been eating cocks for 25 years or more.
Now, there is a disease I remember from medical school called pica. And pica is people who eat weird objects because they're iron deficient. They have like weird cravings. Have you ever had any weird cravings, Lee?
No, I'm not pregnant, so no.
No? You've never eaten any rocks, not conchs, rocks.
No. I haven't done gay for payday where I had to eat cocks.
I thought you had a little Blackman rocks. I mean cocks. I mean rocks.
Cocks,
before.
See, it's a very hard to hear. You're saying rocks or cocks?
When you eat rocks, when you eat cocks, you get your rocks off. I guess, right?
It's your sound because so the people do know the sound has been playing up all morning. So if I do get this story wrong about a guy eating a cock in Afghanistan, just
there was a story last week about this guy who says he could survive without food or water. He doesn't need to eat anything. He can extract his energy from the air. And they actually tested this guy for 2 weeks supposedly. And he had no food or no water for 2 weeks, and he didn't lose any weight, and he was fine. I mean, so I don't know.
Well, if you go back to, if you watch all those documentaries on Tesla, he reckons you could rejuvenate your cells from the energy in the air, that our body is made up of electricity and cells, and you should be able to live in the hundreds if you can regenerate those cells from the energy in the air. There was a guy that was built this thing. There's a whole documentary on it. It was like this. He said that going back to UFOs and aliens, he said that he used to talk to him, and he's building this thing out in the desert. It was like this thing. It was all made out of wood and different things. And what it was, you'd walk through it, and as you pass through this thing, it would like regenerate your whole body. And he said you could live to be thing. But every time you get a piece of the puzzle to build it, it got more and more. But then in the end, the FBI come along and fucking destroyed it and shit. So,
really? Which doesn't surprise you, does it?
No, so people say, okay, he's crazy. He's getting his info from the aliens, and he's building this thing. If it wasn't so whatever, why would the FBI and all them come along and take all these planes and shit? But I think part of the building's still there. They use it for some sort of hippie community thing now, where people can go like a day spa and
they turned it into a spa. Yeah. Make it innocuous,
Yeah, well, haven't you heard? Chernobyl's going to be the new place for, scraping your skin off. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know what the funny thing is? Let's assume that there are extraterrestrials that do come to this planet and observe us or prevent us from, destroying ourselves or whatever the case may be. Now, these people that came from distant stars obviously have technology that enables them to travel, light years in seconds, okay? Which to me is not something that I can't, how some people say it's impossible. Nothing's impossible because a cell phone that we have today to a guy 30 years ago would have been impossible. So imagine a technology from a civilization that's, hundreds of thousands year old. I believe that they can come here in the blink of an eye.
Well, isn't that when that SpaceX just went up and they're talking about docking with the space station, they're doing 17,000 miles an hour, and that's with old technology. So these people where again, watch those documentaries where they talk about bending time and space, so short distances really.
I mean, I totally believe that that's possible because who knows, in 100 years, we'll be traveling to the other planets too. So,
well, look now, like you said, with the phones back in the day, it was calling up. Now we can sit here across the world. You can see me. I can see you. Worse luck every morning at 6 a.m. It's fucking scary, but, this is technology. But can you imagine if, like, people say the aliens want to destroy it? No, they don't. We're amusement to them. We're like Well,
we're the dangerous ones. They're not. They're not.
We're like their rejects. You know, when they give birth up there and they have a reject, they send it down here. So we're just like their petting zoo. They fly past the youth and they go, let's go have a look at the humans today, see what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, should we blow them up? No, don't blow them up. Let's just watch them.
Right. But it's completely conceivable that, like, if we got some of the alien technology, that we could do stuff that would seem like magic to us, right? Because we can't cure diseases, we can't heal limbs, we can't, make things go away in the snap of a finger. But probably to cure cancer for like an alien civilization is probably like a matter of waving a wand over you, So. Mm-hmm.
Like you watch those movies where they put the light over your body and the bone heals and stuff. Yeah, but like you said, if you went back to the 18th century England now and took a cell phone back there, they'd be like, "Oh my God, this is crazy."
They would think that you're like a wizard or warlock or something like that. So, I mean, it's completely conceivable. So when I see people like this make these machines or they're building stuff like that, and then the government comes in and like destroys it, that tells me that the government is aware of these technologies. They just don't want us to have them because, like, I think it was Rockefeller who said, if we can't put a meter on it, then we don't want it. In other words, if they can't charge you for the energy because it's free because you can extract it from the air, these companies, these big oil companies, they'll do anything to suppress that technology because that's going to cut into their profits.
Oh, can you imagine too if there's nothing to hide too, when they release these classified documents, why is every line blacked out? Right. It was like, just release the document. Don't hide anything with blackout. Well, it's national security.
I mean, Pfizer doesn't want you to know that if you eat rocks, you're going to cure your cancer. I mean, they just that would really put a monkey wrench in all the drugs that they're going to sell you, right?
How do we go from eating cocks to aliens? That's what I want to know.
It's all linked. It's all linked. It's all connected.
It's all linked. Okay. Don't fret, people watching. It's going to come full circle. It's like when a comedian tells a joke, he'll start off and he'll come back around.
Yeah, you don't even realize that it's going to connect somehow.
We'll get back to Blackman in a minute. Don't you worry.
That's right.
But this guy must have rocks in his head though. I can't see the video at the moment, so I'll have to see it when it comes out. But how's his teeth if you're eating rocks? What sort of?
I don't know if he's chewing them, or if he's just swallowing them, or if he's sucking on the rocks. He's got this bag of rocks he carries around with him, and he's popping them like Tic Tacs,
I've heard of rock candy, but this is taking it to the extreme. And how does he pick the rocks? Does he just walk around the?
Lee, there's a lot of minerals in there. It's calcium, magnesium, and it's the balance. Yeah, he's balancing his electrolyte. Your twin, we had a product that was very similar to rocks back in the day. We brought it to marketplace first. It had delicious taste to it too.
How do you pick them? Does he go to the river? Does he pick like the smooth round rocks or the
I think he likes the crunchy. I think he likes the crunchy ones.
Small, crunchy.
I got a filling coming out of my or a cap that's like chipped. I'm like thinking because I ate an apple too hard. You're right. Imagine chewing on a rock. What they would do.
Well, speaking of that, I went to the dentist yesterday and just had all stuff done to the teeth. I've got to go back in a couple of weeks. But on the side here, he says I brushed too hard, and I've actually up the top here, I've brushed the enamel away from brushing too hard. So he said I've got to get a soft brush. Maybe if I had one like you, Dave.
I was doing the same thing, Lee. That's why I got the electric toothbrush, because I was brushing too hard. Because I thought that the harder you brush, the more crap you get off,
See, I was taught, Major, I said, it's good if I don't have a little kid. I'd be like, stay still.
I'm going to say, maybe one of the fans out there will send you an electric toothbrush, because one of our fans is wants to send Greg Valentino a new cell phone because he's got one of those flip phones from the 1980s.
Hey, they're good, those ones. They're like the good old... You can't even get photos on them ones, can you? Just text messages?
No, he can't get anything. And he's got like duct tape holding it together too, but he refuses to get a new one. But I know the fans love to send you stuff, so I guarantee they'll probably send you like a Superman, like, one of the Superman, electric toothbrushes or something like that.
Did I show you hold on, I did put up a thing, hold on. Speaking of... no, this has got nothing to do with it. Hold on.
Lee's got the same chair I got. He's got the cool gaming chair there.
I think I did put this on. Remember, I got the guy who made my arm for me. That he made these great masks. Look, this is.
Oh yeah, you were showing me that. You sent me pictures. You look like Bane. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, and it's got it's got the things in here too. But look at this one.
Is that the 3D printer guy?
Yeah. Soul Side cosplay. Look at that. RX.
Ah, yeah. I haven't seen that one. That's great. Wow.
And I've got.
How come I didn't get one? How come he didn't send me one? I'm the fucking Mr. RX. He sends it all the way to Australia to you.
I got Thundercats, the Punisher.
Nice.
But the good thing is, though, look, you think it's not real, but look, it's all done.
Did you wear that to the supermarket?
Once you screw this off,
yeah,
it has the filter in here.
Oh wow, very cool. I like it. That's very like high end. That's all. That was made with a printer. Wow.
Yeah, 3D printer, Soul Side cosplay, the one that made my Bucky arm and that. So
I still don't understand how those printers work. I can't conceptualize them. They're too high tech for me. Wow. Very cool. I would wear that to the supermarket.
You couldn't suck cock through it. You wouldn't be able to suck cock through it, but you can breathe through it okay.
Now, how does that feel around your ears, Lee? That's the problem I have with a lot of these big...
No, this one actually is very comfortable.
Does it go around the back of your head, or does it just go around your ears?
It's got around the head.
See, that's better. I like that better. I get these ones with the ear things. They fall off my ears, and it feels like a.
So because it's got, like I said, it's got the gauze in here and the other piece for the filter. I can take the filter out and change it. I've got spare filters here, and then it's got that there.
Nice.
We're making a few. We're going to redo this for Blackman.
You look like they just let you out of the insane asylum when you put that thing on.
We're gonna make these for Steve Blackman, but we're taking that bit out. So it's like a
glory hole.
A mobile hole in the wall.
It's like a glory hole, yeah.
Have hole in the wall, we'll travel. Shut up. Get back to the guy eating rocks.
You can put that right up to the glory hole, that little opening there.
It's mobile glory hole.
You could have like a sanitizer in there, just in case.
With lockdown, Steve will come to you. Steve will come to you, and then you come to him. On him. There we go. Just got them monetized. Go back to talking to the guy with rocks in Afghanistan.
I want to know is, why is it always the guys like in Afghanistan and India that are doing these like no food diets and these eating rocks? I have to believe that it has to do with the fact that there's a lack of nutrition there. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, right?
But how do you even come to the point of discovering you can go without food and water for that?
I guess if you don't have money for food, you don't eat. And then you find out, holy shit, I didn't die. It's been 2 weeks already,
and the guy with rocks, so how does he come to the conclusion that eating rocks is a good thing? And then how does he...
Because when you have no antibiotics, Lee, what do you eat? You eat fucking rocks if you get sick. And you know what? If the rocks cure you, you just keep eating the rocks. That's all. That's how it works.
Plant or some leaves. I might start with leaves first, Dave, or a bit of bark, something a bit softer before I got to the rocks, Dave.
Yeah, let's start with some eucalyptus bark, from the eucalyptus trees.
Imagine if you brought that guy to America and he saw rock candy, he'd be like creaming in his pants.
Oh, he'd be like, this is fucking way better than the regular rocks. Yeah, tell me about it.
Imagine if he walked into Vons or Ralph's supermarket and saw rock cakes, he'd be like, whoa, rock cakes.
Imagine,
why didn't I think of this? Rock cakes.
In Florida, we have all this like limestone. Is that what it's called? Like limestoney, corally rocks. Like so sometimes when you dig it and plant trees and plants, you get all these rocks. Right. I got to get this guy. I got to fly him in from Afghanistan and let him eat some of the fucking rocks off my yard so I can plant some plants. I got too many rocks in my.
And then when he shits, you can put it as mulch on the garden.
That's right. There's the fertilizer. Exactly. I'll help the trees grow. I'll just hire this guy full time to fucking be my gardener. Just fucking eat the rocks and shit out the fucking the fertilizer.
He must have the best digestive enzymes in his stomach, though, in acid. Because could you imagine?
I think the rocks are alkalinizing to the body.
But when he craps, does it come out hard or pebbles?
His colon must have better calluses than my fucking fingers do, because those rocks have got to be pretty abrasive.
For a prostate exam, the doctor would be like, "Oh, that's a prostate. Hold on, how many prostates you got?" He'd be poking all the rocks. And I want to know, Dave, because this has happened. I don't know how we get to a shit story that we've come to one. Yeah, How many rocks? Because, if you eat corn, we've all seen this. If you eat corn, you always shit out corn. Yeah. So it's like, how many pieces of corn do we need? Because I want to know if I eat 100-piece corn kernels and shit out 20, then I only need to eat 80. So if this guy eats 100 rocks, how many does he shit out?
Well, here's the thing also. I don't know if you've ever done, have you ever made a shake with like raw oatmeal, like just put like a scoop of oatmeal in there without cooking it?
Yeah.
When it comes out, it's really abrasive out of your butt. You know, you get like, it'll tear you up a little bit. I'm thinking if oatmeal, uncooked oatmeal is abrasive, God knows what a fucking rock feels like coming out of your freaking ass, right? That's gotta hurt.
Probably like a cock going in, but that's not my business.
That's not.
No, actually, you know, the helmets are pretty smooth going in, Dave, but, you know. It's not abrasive at all unless you get a bit of that foreskin cord on a bloody hemorrhoid.
Imagine you get a gay guy who's trying to stick a penis inside of another guy who's been eating rocks. That's got to be really damaging, you know.
It might be like one of those Shih Tzu massages on the penis up his anal. He'd be like, Jesus, what do you got up there? Because, you know, you get those dot-rib condoms.
You know,
this guy's got a dot-rimmed lined arsehole. Make millions. It's like, do you want a Shih Tzu massage? And I mean Shih Tzu, just put your cock up my ass. It'd be like all rubbled like this.
Shih Tzu. Someone wrote me, they're like, you know what? They were like, Dave, I was suicidal. And I watched an episode of you and Lee talking, and I thought to myself, what am I, crazy trying to kill myself? And we actually, the laughter, we save lives, Lee, talking about this ridiculousness that we talk about.
I know, somebody was probably sitting there with a gun to their head right now. Then when they saw me talking about Steve sucking cock again, they went, put that away for another day. Now we're talking about fucking guys up the arse with rocks in their anus. What the fuck are these guys on about?
They're like, rather than kill myself, I think I'm going to eat a few rocks. So let's try that first. You know, maybe that'll kill me.
That's why we give them. They're on death's door today, about to commit suicide. They watch us, and that gets them through to next week, so they can just come next week, come next Tuesday. They're getting ready again. They're loading the chamber, thinking, "Fuck, Dave, put the show up, Dave. I'm going to do it."
Yeah. And thank God we get this. Tyler, you better not forget to upload this show. You see?
Yeah. Their blood will be on your hands.
That's right. Well, Lee.
Hey. Blood on the hands, let me tell you, it's better than come in the eye.
And on that note, thank you for joining us again today, Lee. Don't eat too many rocks. Don't take too many cocks. And have a shot.
Hey.
Have a shot.
One is better than the other. I won't tell you which one.
Have a shot of mental hamster on me, yeah.
They're both a rock or a cock. They're both very hard in your mouth, but that's
none
of my business.
Eat some rocks, no cocks, and let me know how the Jumbo Palumbo cookies work out for you. I'm Dave Palumbo for Lee Priest for another installment of Iron Rage.
Live long and prosper. Nanu, however.
Do it.